Hello, welcome to this video. I am frozen. That annoys me. Why am I frozen? Hello, hello, hello. Move the video. Okay, there we go. Welcome everyone. I am not frozen anymore. Today is September 4th as I am filming this, and if you are listening to this, welcome. And Mars enters Cancer. How will it affect Donald Trump? How will it affect Kamala Harris? How will it affect you? How will it affect me? How will it affect us? Politics, health, not health, but Donald Trump's health. That could be the question. And you, okay? Hey, how's everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to my channel. I am Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Today we are diving deep into the cosmo waves of Mars entering the sign Cancer, an emotional, protective, and sometimes turbulent, moody transit, okay? It's going to shake some things up for sure, and let's see how you will be affected. We will explore what it means not only for us and the collective and you individually, but also we'll look into Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. I've been doing this weekly, so if you're into politics or into current events, I'm also going to discuss that as well. Are there challenges ahead? Could there be some issues with aggression and war? Because Mars is the planet that we will look at when it comes to war. We will be analyzing their astrological charts. We will be breaking down some horoscopes. I have my favorite tarot deck here. So if you're interested in any of this, stay tuned because this is a video that you do not want to miss, especially when we talk about Trump. Okay? So yes, that is the intro, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But you guys, please, if you are new here, if you are old, you already know. If you are old, you already know. Sorry, I wonder if you guys can hear my laptop ringing. But if you're old, you already know. If you're new, you probably should know anyway. Please subscribe, like, comment. That helps me. That pays me. So you enjoying, you getting anything out of this, you loving astrology, you loving tarot, give me a thumbs up, okay? Because I want to keep doing what I'm doing. And this helps inspire me. I'm good at what I do, first of all. So there is that. But yes, do your due diligence as a YouTube watcher or as a listener to the podcast, because this will be on a podcast. Now, I normally film this live on Mondays, and today's not Monday, but I had the 3-day, actually 4-day holiday for me. We were out of town. So yeah, now I'm catching my breath and getting things onto it. Also, if you guys want any of the free stuff that I have to offer, yeah, I said free stuff, okay? I have that down below. If you want a free reading, click my website. It will connect you to a free reading. If you want to learn tarot and how to read tarot, click the link down below and you will get a treat. Okay. So now that I push all that out the way, also, what else do I have? A lot of stuff. Oh, join my newsletter, please. That helps me so much because it helps me stay in touch with you in case any of this gets lost in the sauce. Also, you get weekly astrology, you get a summary of the weekly astrology. So that is what you get, and I break it down. I talk about tarot, I give some tidbits, some extra tidbits, and it's only weekly, okay? Unless there's something big, then you will get a bonus email, and it's just talking about the collective energy of the sky, okay? So now let's talk about the current event, shall we? You guys, you like that? I'm getting better. I got some intros here. Okay, so let's talk about the current event. Now, I need to share actually my screen because I need to share what these current events are here. Okay, and I first need to adjust myself here. And what is this first story? Oh, first story. We got Mr. Justin Bieber. Selena. Okay, not Selena. Okay. But Justin Bieber and wife Haley announced arrival of first baby. Welcome Jack Blues Bieber. This was actually on the 26th. Okay. So I'm a little bit late, but they actually, I think, gave birth. The couple tied the knot in 2018 and announced the birth of their first child at on the date August 23rd, 2024. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about, look at the little feet. Justin Bieber is really interesting. This is what they posted, Justin Bieber. Oh, Tim's burning. That's Haley Bieber, I'm sure. And that is little Jack Blues Bieber's foot. Okay. Yeah. So that is what we have. I want to break it down astrological. Lee. Ooh, that is a fierce. I mean, these square shoes are interesting, but that is an easy pregnant outfit, right? She's still, of course, she looks great. Okay, so that is what we have for that. But I wanted to break it down astrologically, and I have too many windows open on my desktop. So let me first find. Okay, there we go. So I want to break it down astrologically and show you the chart. Here's Justin's chart. Okay, I am covered. If you are watching this, but I still am going to break this down and explain to you what we have for Justin. Okay, so if anytime you're trying to look, if you're new to astrology, you want to learn astrology, I'm still gonna you like the fancy hands? I'm going to explain some stuff to you, okay? Some key factors when trying to predict childbirth in astrology, and there's some more things, but these are some things that can help you out. You first look at the fifth house, the ruler of the fifth house, that's over here. And I usually circle it, but I just have the screenshot that I actually took from my phone. Okay. And this program, if you want to know, is Astro Gold. That is my go-to program, but you can get it off of anything. Okay. So you look at the current transits and you look at the fifth house. The ruler of his fifth house is Pisces. Okay. Then you also look at the transits of the fifth house and its ruler. So the ruler of this fifth house, if we're talking about predictive astrology, the ruler of Pisces, the traditional ruler, is Jupiter, but you can also look at Neptune. Neptune is in his fifth house, which also represents fertility. Oh, okay. Pisces, in the sign Pisces, and that is the ruler of his fifth chart. Jupiter is in the eighth house, which also represents rebirth. And that's up top here. That's at the very top here. So Jupiter is the ruler of his fifth house, and it's in the house of rebirth. Now, I have some personal transits. My son is in the eighth house, and I am a Cancer sun. Every time I give birth, there is someone who passed away. So I wonder if that's the case with him. Not saying it is, but just wondering if that resonates with him at all. But he's not a Cancer, so maybe not. But the eighth house does represent a rebirth. So I wonder if there is a transition with him with this birth that could be happening to him psychologically. Maybe he's changing. I'll get into that a little bit later. The transits to the fifth house and its rulers. So Jupiter in Gemini is squaring Venus in Pisces. Venus in Pisces is in his fifth house. And that's very interesting because Venus is very positive. Jupiter is very positive. So that does not necessarily mean that this is negative. This could be a huge love affair. Okay. They're both very benefic planets. So the squaring could be very positive. And also, it's funny that you can't see me, but also in Justin Bieber's chart connected to the sky, we also have Neptune. Neptune is in that fifth house there. If you can see, I hope you can see this. Okay. And that represents, I said that already, but Jupiter in Gemini is squaring his Mercury in Aquarius, which is in his fourth house. Fourth house can represent mothering. Okay. The moms, he is a father, so that would be more ninth house energy for him. But I just want to point that out. Mercury in Aquarius, and I would think that Aquarius is retrograding, makes me think of freedom and thinking of freedom. Okay. I see that a lot of, I don't know Justin Bieber, but a lot of people say that he's been trapped. I'm not going to get into the rumors. I'm just going to get into the astrology, but this would seem like it would correlate to this birth, as if him giving birth, not him giving birth, but him having a child gave him some freedom of some sort. Something from his past as a child could have happened, especially with these fourth house placements, especially with that Mars in that fourth house conjunct Mercury in Aquarius wanting freedom. But Mars in that fourth house in the sign Aquarius could mean that something odd could have been aggressively happening to him in the past. Okay. And this could be a SA situation for Justin Bieber, but this is something of the past. Okay. Jupiter is also squaring his MC, which is work. So this also makes me think that the people in charge of his work, the career, it doesn't fit his career, him having a child. It's fine. We still have children when it doesn't work with their career. You know, it makes me think of Lauren with Zion. Lauren, they said, Lauren, baby, use your head, but instead I chose to use my heart. Now the joy in my life, it lives in Zion. You know, it could be that kind of situation. But this is usually his public image for his work. And it makes me think Jupiter is amazing, though. It makes me think, I wonder if this is a change for him. Mars is also his ruler. I'm just looking at this now. Pluto could also be his ruler because he is a Scorpio rising. So Mars is very important to him in that aggression and achieving things. Anyway, some other things you want to look at when trying to look at him giving birth. Him not giving birth, but him having a child. Jupiter, right? Jupiter is not only the ruler of his house of fertility, but Jupiter also means expansion and growth and good fortune. It could also mean a time for potentially pregnancy and childbirth. And because Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and again, it's in that eighth house, it's conjunct Mars, which is his ruling planet of his chart. So expanding his life of some sort, or what he's meant to do in his lifetime. Saturn is also very important. And Saturn is in that fifth house of fertility too, Saturn in Pisces. And Saturn is typically known for limitations and delays, but it can also bring commitment and responsibility and maturity. And transits of Saturn to the fifth house, it's in its ruler and maybe the natal planets in the fifth house, all that could represent commitment to parenting. Saturn also could be father figure, right? So now he is a father giving birth. Saturn transits may also suggest delays or more challenging if he had like a problem with the pregnancy, or it was late, the pregnancy was late. That also could represent that. Also, he just had a Saturn return. If you look at his fifth house down here, Saturn is at the very front of that fifth house, and he had a Saturn return around January 2024. All my Justin Bieber fans, please let me know what happened to him. I didn't have time to Google, but I'm curious. Saturn return is very deep and very strong. But also, I wonder when she got pregnant. Takes 9 months, but him changing and closing a door. Also, looking at eclipse. If there's an eclipse, there is an eclipse coming up in a sign Pisces. And remember, Pisces is the ruler of his chart. That's setting and changing and activating that fifth house, and its potential for childbirth and conception. And that is huge. That, I bet you, this eclipse in a sign Pisces is part of this childbirth that he had going on. And the eclipse in the sign Pisces will be September 17th. Eclipse is not necessarily on that day. Hold on, I need to plug up my laptop here that you guys are using to watch me. There we go. Yeah, I bet you this eclipse is not necessarily that day. Eclipse is sometime before and sometime after, but it's definitely hitting him. And then what else we have? Other things to look for: fertility, and this had nothing to do with his chart. The moon, if you're a woman, definitely the moon, right? If you're looking at a progress chart, that can definitely represent. I didn't look at his Venus and Mars, and remember, Mars is his ruling chart, is his ruling planet, but Mars was also in that house of birth, in that eighth house, rebirth. Okay. Getting rid of something dying, something new. I actually want to really look at his chart and just breaking that down another day, because that Pluto in that first house in the sign Scorpio is very interesting to me. Also, the fourth house is very interesting to me. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at Justin Bieber after this, and maybe I'll put it up in the memberships only. Sorry, because I don't think it's long enough to do a video, but it would give something if you're nosy enough. And the membership is just $4.99 a month. I throw a lot of extra stuff in there. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg, right? Mark Zuckerberg wrote a letter. I don't have the letter. I could look it up real quick, but this was very Pluto in Aquarius. You're talking about social media, and the truth is coming out of what he is controlled, who told him what to say, who has the power that be. And I want to break down our letter another day, but just so you know, if you don't know about a letter, he wrote a letter basically, I think, confessing. Let me Okay, let me do my due diligence. Okay, I'm not very good at Googling stuff. Mark Zuckerberg letter. Not the best at unpacking. Ooh, someone. Oh, ABC News. I don't trust ABC News. Let me see. Where is the letter? Do we have the actual letter? See, this is why I don't like Googling stuff. Let me press image and see. Okay, here we go. No letter to our daughter. I just don't want the biased news. Zuckerberg says he's regret caving to White House pressure on content. And this is basically it's the government telling him how to run the social media, and that is very Pluto and Aquarius and retrograding back into Capricorn. I just did a video on this. It's very good. It is free. It is basically a seminar. Okay, it's basically a webinar, and I am giving you all the tea on that, and it was for free. And please watch it. It's not too late to watch it. Okay, but I basically talked about that. And Mark Zuckerberg writing this letter confessing that he's controlled with the social media. Are we surprised? I'm not surprised. But yeah, so that came out. Now the Telegraph owner, that's another social media. And he had an interview. He seems very free, very Aquarius energy, right? He just got arrested. I think I talked about this in the last video, but not him getting arrested. Well, he just got arrested. Very Pluto in Aquarius, retrograding back in that potent degree back into Capricorn. Okay. So those two things were very Pluto and Aquarius. Also, how did you guys feel this weekend, this 3-day weekend? Did any of you guys feel like Mercury is retrograding? I wonder if you had traffic problems, car problems. My father-in-law got his car towed. I was in traffic. It didn't affect me because I knew this was going on. Some people lost the electricity, couldn't charge their cars. A lot of traveling problems because Pluto was retrograding at 0 potent degree, and also communication problems, email problems. Let me know if you had any travel problems. I would say that's Pluto in Aquarius retrograding at that potent degree. It shows you how it affects the bigger scale with Mark Zuckerberg and the guy who owns that Telegram versus the small world of you just traveling, on the freeway or something, or having a vacation of some sort. Anyway, but you do have that. Now let's talk about the next thing here. Oh, you guys, I didn't even know my son was home. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me hold up. Why is this not showing? Oh, here we go. No, here we go. There we go. Okay, let me make me a little bit smaller. And let's get back on to, look at this, y'all. Now, this is some BS right here. Okay, police chief says Colorado apartment not being taken over by Venezuelan gang. Where's do you know where Venezuelan is? Yeah, Venezuela. It's near Brazil, but it's not like Mexico. It's further down. Okay, anyway, look at this video, you guys. Gang despite viral images. Can you guys even? Oh, it's music, so we won't play it. But yeah, look at this footage. These people live in an apartment. If you don't know, you just in your apartment, okay? And while you're in your apartment, these gang members, and I did mention in my last video, watch out, Mexican mafia, okay? But I did not think Venezuelan gang, okay? Basically, they came into the apartment, the Aurora police. Okay, two things. One, you're in your apartment and this gang comes knocking on your door saying, you pay us rent, you're going to pay us extra money, basically like you're our slave. Okay. That's how I take it when people tell me to do stuff and I am in America. Okay. So you have that, these gangs basically terrorizing the people who live in this apartment. They told the police didn't care. One, and they tried to ignore. Now we on a whole different child. They tried to ignore what they said, and then they reached out to the news, and the news of course spread everything because that would make sense during Pluto retrograding in the sign Aquarius. Now I discussed this in a video, so that's why I'm saying check out the last video. But the police chief says Colorado apartment not being taken over was not true. He's like, no, it's all good. The Aurora Police Department said that the Tren de Aragua, a gang, which also is a group, a Venezuelan gang has not taken over an apartment after videos, okay, not just one video, but videos have went viral of armed men entering resident units at the complex. A gang is not running a Colorado apartment complex, and tenants are not paying its members rent money, police said, despite speculations from public after images of men carrying weapons at the building went viral. The city of Aurora confirmed in an X post on August 30th, I always have to know the date, August 30th, that there is a small Trenda Aurora presence in Aurora, and the police department has been taking it seriously. Yeah, they haven't been taking it seriously. Because these people are ransacking their houses. And now, because it's on the news and it went viral because Pluto is retrograding in the sign Aquarius and at 0 degree over this weekend, now they have to step up. So the police are there saying, okay, our bad. We have to do something. And there's several videos. This is just one video, okay? Pluto at Aquarius at 0 degrees will bring the lies out into the darkness. Aquarius is a group, okay? Group. It's a gang, okay? 11th house in Aquarius represents groups. It represents gangs. Hold on. Let me put it here because I can focus a little bit more, okay? It represents friendships, social networks, collective ideas. It can also show how a person relates to a larger social movement or organization or something that is associated with collective ideas, rebellion, unconventional or radical approaches, underground organizations, groups that challenge the society norm, hence a gang, okay? So you have that, and Pluto also is about aggression and conflict and authority and power, right? Mars has that, but the Pluto is power, control, transformation, the underworld, right? So you have that. Now, Mars is also in a sign Gemini, so it's going to communicate the problems that be, okay? Now, we had all that and the gangs and all that, and I said Mexican Mafia. I was like, the Mexican Mafia, the problems with them will be coming out. This is a little bit like that. Now, I know they were also in New York. Now, Saturn is in the sign Pisces. It is dissolving border. Hence, we have a lot of immigration problems around the world happening. And because Saturn is Pisces in the sign Pisces, and it's dissolving our borders. Okay, so that is what we currently have. So this is a problem. Why? That's another video. Okay. Yes, but that is what I want you guys to know. And also, too, the fact that it's tiptoeing back into the sign, because right now Pluto is in the sign Capricorn, and that tipping toeing back to Capricorn brings us back to the police. So not only are we having problems with a gang, a group, hence Aquarius, but also now it's connecting the police. Okay. And what do we have with the police? That's that Black Lives Matter. That was Pluto in the sign Capricorn, and bringing to light and bringing out of the shadows the problem that we had with a group versus, I mean, as well as with a corporation, an organization, aka the police. Okay. And mind you, I'm for the police, because Lord knows if someone comes breaking down my door, I'm calling 911. I might be calling my husband first and 911, maybe at the same time. I could see myself trying to do both. I would be like, hey, call husband while calling 911. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm down for wanting the police. At the same time, we do need to get the nitty gritty, the skeletons out of the closet of the corporations. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening when you have Pluto in the sign Aquarius retrograding back at 29 degrees. Speaking of, let me see. Do I have this one? Let's exit this. Okay. So we have organizations here, okay? And I do have one article, so let me see. Nope. There we go. So if you guys don't remember, back in the day, people were boycotting. You may not have been boycotting Target, Budweiser, and that was when Pluto was retrograding, was going into the sign Aquarius, and then retrograding back into Capricorn. And we have this same energy happening now. And this guy named Robbie Starbuck, he breaks down corporations and the shadiness within the corporations, or who works in the corporations and how it doesn't align with the corporation's motto, right? So like Harley Davidson is supposed to be like really into American values. And what are the traditional American values? I mean, when you look at Harley Davidson, you think the stereotypical macho man, maybe sexist. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Okay. So I'll just put it on myself. You think sexist, you think very like tradition American, middle America. Okay. These are assumptions I'm just saying. Okay. Now, this guy is like, but wait a minute, that is kind of what you think, me speaking of myself, but that's not who's in the corporation. They have a German guy who's like the CEO. He's not even American. And then they have, as you trickle down, they really speak highly of diversity, which I don't really think you get that in Harley Davidson. Anyway, but this guy is bringing out, and he's gone viral, breaking down corporations and what's behind corporations. That is Pluto retrograding in a sign Capricorn. Okay. And again, I discussed this in detail, but around that time, we had the unpacking of the Target. We had Budweiser. That was around May 2023. And then people getting mad at Budweiser for having a transgender, which Pluto represents transgender. Okay. And that was around April 2023. So you had that, all that was being discussed. And now it's coming back. Because if you know anything about retrogrades, it's about repeating and revisiting because you guys didn't learn your lesson. So we have that going on. Okay. Hopefully everyone learns their lesson and they can get on to Aquarius and learn some new lessons. Okay. Now we have this other thing that just came out too. And this is also dealing with Pluto and Capricorn. Okay. Everything to know about the listeria outbreaks as bugs and mold are found at Boar's Head plant. Board Head's plant is a huge company. Okay. And they just, yeah. Okay. Inspections at Board Head's plant in Virginia linked to the largest listeria outbreak in more than a decade revealed black mold, mildew, bugs, unsanitary conditions that could be blamed for dozens of hospitalizations, Saturn, and 9 deaths linked to the outbreak. Deaths is Pluto, okay? Look at that. You sit here and you buy your meat, you think you're buying some good meat, and they over there got bugs, mildew. I mean, that is insane. Can you imagine the stuff we're eating? That's another story. Anyway, listeria is a foodborne illness, most often contracted by eating improperly processed deli meat, and it spreads among deli equipment, surfaces, hands, and food, and unpasteurized milk products. And the hardy bacteria is also connected to Pluto. Okay, just so you know, can survive in refrigerations and even in the freezers. Mostly healthy people were not affected by this, but if you were older, if you were pregnant, if you had any like sickness, you could die from this. And this came out. Now, this started in July. Okay. And now we got Pluto in Capricorn. And it was like, put it out, let everybody know. So this is happening. And that's what happened over the weekend with all of this. That was during the 29th. That is what happened when you have all this Pluto in a sign, Capricorn and Aquarius. Yeah. And I'm curious to know how it affected everyone this week. Okay. Now, that is what we have for our current events. Let's talk about the weekly transits, shall we? Here it is. Up. Let me take a sip of water. And we have September 4th. That's what this video is about. Mars entering Cancer. Okay. September 6th, we have Mercury is going to square Uranus. On the 7th, Sun is going to oppose Saturn. On the 8th, Mercury enters Virgo. I'll try to do that video really fast. Before the 8th. What is today? The 4th. I could probably do that tomorrow. And on the 11th, we have Mercury sextile Mars, Mercury fully out of its retrograde. And the thing is, I've done so many videos on Mercury because it is retrograde. But yeah, so that is what we have. So first, let me just talk about, now I'm not going to talk about what we have today. What we have today is Mars entering, let me see. Today, yes, Mars entering, today is the 4th, Mars entering Cancer. I'm about to talk about that, but first let me just talk about the transits really quick. Actually, let me bring it up. Bring it up. Let me see. How do I? Okay. I'm learning and doing. Let me bring up the chart here, you guys. Okay. Yay! Look at that. Okay. So, let me exit. Oh, I was about to X this. Moving too fast. I'm trying to take out too many windows. It's just too much stimulation for me. Okay. So let's look at this chart here and let's break down the weekly transits. Okay. And on the 6th, we have Mercury's in a sign Leo, and it's going to square Uranus. Okay. I have all these fixed stars here. Please ignore them. But they're going to square each other. Uranus is in a sign Taurus. Okay. And first of all, that means that there's going to be some sudden changes, maybe in communication. And Mercury is not fully out of its retrograde. That happens on the 11th, so there could be some communication problems. Now, Leo is involved here, and when you have Leo, you're talking about leaders and presidents. So just so you know, but yeah, sudden changes in communication. This is low key a Mercury retrograde. So be aware of that day. Breakthroughs and insights, mental insights could be happening. Issues with social media, our influencers, people who make money off of social media. This is a major communication technology issue. Okay. Square means challenges. Okay. Rebellious communications or reactions could be happening. People could really be bold. Maybe there is a breakthrough and a challenge when it comes to children, okay, or more pedophiles. Yeah, you could be kind of feeling this now, okay, because we're already feeling it. It makes me think of Cardi B. A picture came out of Cardi B because this also represents celebrities and childbirth. She's pregnant and she's standing in front of a picture that says pedophile. Okay, very interesting. She says that's not her fault. Could be a coincidence. Just letting you know that this very much is that here coming out. Rebellious communications and reactions, disruptions in daily life with technology, challenges to fix beliefs, challenges on fixed beliefs. So this here is a fixed sign. This is a fixed sign. Something wants to change and you're not allowing it. So that could be happening, and it could be dealing with communication or some type of idea. Encouragement to embrace unconventional ideas, be flexible, impulsive decisions and restlessness, nervous energy and anxiety, creative expression and bold ideas are not quite working with what you want to what you value. Okay. So that is what you have on the 6th. And let's go to the 7th here. And on the 7th, we have the sun in a sign Virgo. How are you guys doing in your workout routines? Okay. Are you guys working out? Are you breaking things down, analyzing things? Are you setting a routine? Have you been discussing health? Have you been making appointments to the doctor? That is the sun in Virgo. It's someone talking about cleansing something, organizing something, breaking down things, diminishing things. That is the sun in Virgo. So I hope you're taking advantage. I am. Okay. Working hard, co-workers, all that is the sun in Virgo. Anyway, but that sun is opposing Saturn. Okay, Saturn in a sign Pisces, and that is a balancing act that you have to do. You know, you need to find the middle ground. So balancing practicality with introspection, facing limitations and responsibilities, criticism over self-reflection, struggles between order and chaos. This is the chaos right here. Okay, health and wellness focus, feeling isolated and disconnected, maybe even at work that could be happening. Constructive criticism and feedback. Maybe this opposition can bring about situations where constructive criticism is necessary, okay? And reevaluating your long-term goals for work, long-term goals spiritually discipline and practical action. Also, this can make you not see people who are of service, people who are healers. There could be some, I have some boundaries when it comes to my spiritual beliefs, or I have some boundaries when it comes to deception, or I have some boundaries when it comes to conspiracy theories here. And this person who's giving the information looks a little suspicious. Or this person who is a healer seems a little suspicious. I cannot quite see quite clearly of what's going on there. That could be happening for you. Okay. Now, also on the 8th, we have Mercury will be entering the sign Virgo, still not clearly fully out of retrograde, but it re-enters Virgo. So back to analytical thinking. Virgo is at home in this sign. Problem solving works really well with this. Clear and precise communication, focus on organization and efficiency, attention to health, order, routines, well-being, detailed orientated mindset, critical but not constructive feedback could be happening and you could be receiving it. Learning and skill development, managing your daily tasks and your routines, and service orientated approach. This is the sign that likes to be of service to others. Hence the healing part. Okay. I had an interesting conversation with a friend about healing. And, when I first thought of someone who is a healer, I'm like, sounds like God complex kind of energy. But the more I studied astrology, the more I realized that healing, you can be a healer and you're working through God. You could be like somewhat of an angel to someone and you can come and say, I want to work out. Do you want to work out? Let's work out. You should work out. And that person really probably needed to work out and get out and about. And that could be a form of a healing for a lot of people. And that is through God. But some people just naturally do it and they do it for a living and they don't get paid to do it. I would call that somewhat of a healer. Anyway, but that's just a side conversation. On the 11th, okay, let's bring this out. On the 11th, we have Mercury in the sign Virgo. It's going to sextile Mars. So that means really a lot of things that you're achieving and working for is going to work very well. You achieving things and thinking about it and communicating what you want done, communicating your ambitions, thinking about your ambitions, and the details of it. Ooh, that's going to be great. Now, sextile is not a strong energy, right? It's positive. However, you have to really do the work. So God put this out here, but are you willing to do the work? Okay. Also, this is a mutable energy. So that means change is really good for you. Also, this day on the 8th, Mercury is fully in a clear. The retrograde, the bugs, the internet not working, all that ends. So that is really, really great for all of us. Okay. So you have that now. Yeah, that is what we have for the week. I'm going to really discuss Mars entering Cancer because that is why we're here. If you didn't know, that's why we're here. That is why we are here. So before we do that, let's get a word for our sponsor. Oh, my astrological lovers. It's me, Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer, your favorite professional astrologer, matter of fact, dedicated to helping you unlock the secrets to your unique natal chart. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns repeat in your life? Why you may deeply connect with a certain person? Or what is your true calling meant to be in this lifetime? A full natal chart breakdown can provide profound insights into these questions and more. Your natal chart is a snapshot in the sky at the exact moment you were born, mapping out the positions of the planets in the sky and their influences on your unique personality, your strengths, your challenges, and your life's path. I will delve in each aspect of your chart, from your sun, your moon, your rising, and all the intricate interactions of planets and houses. This comprehensive analysis reveals your inherent talents, potential obstacles, and the lessons you are here to learn. Understanding your natal chart can provide psychological insights, helping you identify with your subconscious patterns and your emotional blocks. This knowledge is invaluable for your mental and emotional well-being, guiding you towards what you need to heal and grow. For just $150, and yes, I said the price, and some astrologers do not tell you the price, but I am here to tell you the price. This comprehensive breakdown is a great investment in yourself, comparable to multiple sessions with a therapist or even a life coach. However, this is different because this is your unique astrological perspective that can guide you for years to come. Plus, you'll always have a resource that you can always refer back to whenever you need guidance. Whether you are facing a challenging time or simply looking for direction, insights from your natal chart can provide clarity and empower you to make informed decisions tailored specifically to you, providing insights for career, relationships, personal growth, and more. Invest in yourself and discover the wisdoms of the stars. Visit my website to purchase your full natal chart breakdown. Let's unlock your potential together. Okay, now I'm trying to get back. Hello. There we go. Okay, so now let's talk about Mars entering in a sign Cancer, shall we? Okay, now Mars entering in Cancer, that is not what I want. Oh, I'm not sharing it. There we go. That is what I want. Now, Mars entering in the sign Cancer is a big doozy. Okay. I want us to understand what it's going to mean for us and what it's going to mean Donald Trump is a big one, right? My daughter is calling me. Let me hold up. Let me tell her this is my oldest. Text me. I'm on live. I'm always concerned about her because she lives on her own. So there's that. So when she calls, the mom in me is like, what's wrong? And she's just like, what's the recipe to the lasagna? I'm like, okay. Anyway, but yeah, okay. So let's talk about Mars in a sign Cancer. First of all, Mars is at Gemini. When does it? I should have had this ready, you guys. Let me see when Mars, the time, because Mars and Gemini is a lot of information. Trying to learn a lot, trying to at the last minute get all that information. I wonder if you guys were doing that. But Mars entering Cancer officially is the time. Oh, wait. The time is going to be at 2:46 p.m. in 2 more hours. In 2 more hours, we are going to be entering Mars in the sign Cancer. Okay, so let me just scooch this over. We're going to pretend that happens. This is a potent degree. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be very serious. All the things that I'm going to say, you're going to really feel it. So I'm just in time. Okay, but this is all the way until October or something. I'll get into that at the end of when. let me go back and look and see when it leaves. When it leaves Cancer, which will go into Leo November 3rd. Okay, so if you're like, you a little late on this, no, sis, it's all the way until November 3rd. Okay, so let's talk about what this means. Okay, first of all, Mars is in its fall sign, Cancer. Fall means that it doesn't like being here. Mars is like, oh, I don't like this house of Cancer. You know, they don't do things the way I do things. You know how you go somewhere and you visit a friend and you're like, I'm not quite comfortable. Makes me think of Ice Spice and her friend. She just went on tour with her, and they weren't getting along. Anyway, yeah, that's me really shortening the story. But that's basically what's going on here. Okay, planets can struggle quite a bit when they're in a place in a sign that is in their fall, and it may not always be the best, and there's like a little struggle. Okay, Mars is the planet of action, aggression, assertiveness, and desire, and it represents our drive and how we pursue our goals and confronting challenges. It also represents war, child. Okay, so war, and it's where we assert ourselves and assert our will. Now, Cancer is a water sign. It is sensitive, it is moody, it's ruled by the moon, it's associated with our emotions, it's very nurturing, it's very sensitive, and it wants security and comfort. So Cancer's safety and comfort setting, also creation driven energy, doesn't exactly vibe with Mars. Mars is like, I'm living on the edge, boo, and you over here being sensitive. So there's conflict with that, right? Now, conflict between assertiveness and emotional sensitivity, challenges with direct expression of anger and conflict. Okay, struggle to express anger and assertiveness directly, and this is going to be for the collective. So makes me think of Mars and Libra. Mars and Libra is like not working either, right? And when Mars was in Libra, I'm sitting here and I was in the back of my building, and I have a Mars in Gemini, so I communicate anytime I'm trying to achieve the things I need to achieve. I have no problem speaking up, no fear in speaking up. Anyway, so Mars is in a sign Gemini, but Mars currently in the sky was in a sign Libra, and this person was blocking me, and I was so mad, and I didn't say nothing. That's kind of what how you naturally are may be affected by this, is what I'm trying to say in that little story. Anyway, anger until could be building up, and then like me, I naturally say the things when I'm mad, or I want to try to assert myself. But when it's in a sign Cancer, it's going to be holding in and until it builds up and just explodes. Okay. Could be some passive aggressive behavior happening too with that Mars and Libra. That was passive aggressive too. Focus on protection though. It's really going to be how the anger will also be, or the aggression will be focused on. Focus on defense rather than conquest. Instead of seeking new challenges or adventures, Mars and Cancer tends to focus on defending and protecting what is already established. Like your home, your family, especially if you're a mom, right? Mars and Cancer is going to be more intense. So be careful of all the mama bears. I'm a mama bear, so that could be more intense. This can limit Mars' natural desire for growth and competition and direct action, making it more cautious and risk averse. Mars is known for ability to persevere and push through obstacles and maintaining a focus on goals, while in Cancer, the focus may shift more towards comfort and emotional security and nurturing. So you have that. There's also an overemphasis on creative security, which may lead to defensive actions and territory behavior and overprotectiveness. Indirect action can happen with Mars in Cancer. Cancer likes to walk sideways, and Mars wants to do it straight ahead. It's ruled by Aries, is the ruler of Mars, so it's like headstrong, and Cancer is just moving to the side. So you have that indirect action. Imagination and creativity is going to be used to achieving some goals with Mars in Cancer. A lot of mood swings. Maybe even changing your goals could be happening. A lot of sulking, highly sensitive, moody, easily insulted. You could be torturing yourself when trying to achieve some things, wishing rather than acting. Oh, I wish I had that. Or I'm going to dream of getting something. I'm going to try to imagine in my imaginations, but you're actually not achieving those things. Be aware of that. Pretends to adapt at first. Like, yeah, it's all good. This is great. I'm not angry at all. But then it leads to extreme agitation because you did not address it head on. So a lot of that emotional motivation, protective instincts, indirect and cautious approach to conflict, focus on home and domestic affairs, heightened sensitivity and defensiveness, nurturing actions, and emotional cash. I hear something up there. I always hear something. Emotional support, mood driven energy levels, challenges in decision making, emotional healing, and processing past issues. Yeah, so that is what we have for Mars and Cancer as a big umbrella. So you can just really know. Hold on. Open this window here, so you can really know what is going on as a general for all of us, right? Now, for politicians, okay? For our politicians now, Mars in Cancer could be about emotional driven decisions, or you're talking about America, because Cancer does represent America. America is a Cancer sign, right? It's July 4th, right? Protective and defensive leaders with this Mars in Cancer, while Mars is in Cancer, will probably confront things in a roundabout or indirect way. So let's see, when they're talking about things, or like, how are you going to handle this issue? Are they going to talk in circles? Let's see. Not talk, but like really try to achieve things and not really doing it head on. Okay. Focus on domestic issues and social issues, potential for mood swings and emotional outbursts. Now that's entertaining. Now that ought to be entertaining to see, Donald Trump be emotional, or Kamala, be emotional. Would that be as entertaining? Not for me, because this is kind of what you expect from a female. I'm not saying that she is. It's just more entertaining when a man does it. Okay. Loyalty to roots and traditional values, vulnerability to personal attacks and manipulation, abortions, Mars in Cancer, abortion. Okay. I don't know if I keep saying that word, but I'm just saying. Also, the ruler of Cancer is the moon. And while Mars is in the sign Cancer, I want you to be very aware that we have an eclipse. So this is a big doozy. So not only is there an eclipse happening September 17th, but Mars is in the sign Cancer, and that it's its ruler. So let's see what we will be eclipsing while trying to achieve things, or what war, because Mars also represents war when trying to achieve things. Let's be conflicting or fighting, and there is an eclipse happening in the sign Pisces, which also represents death. Okay, now let me just talk about the aspects of Mars actually, and what it's going to look like. Okay, so on the 17th, we'll just jump to the 17th because I think, no, on the 20, okay. So Mars is in the sign Cancer. It's just not doing nothing until the 19th. The 29th? Well, on the 17th, we have the eclipse. So let me first show that. And I'm going to do a video alone on the eclipse, so I don't want to say much on that, but it's in the sign Pisces, and it's conjunct Neptune, chaos, confusion, delusions, lost in the sauce. Okay, so that is what we have for that eclipse. Also could represent death and endings in a big way. Okay, so that's what we have for the eclipse. Now, if we move all the way to the 29th, and mind you, just because I say it's the 29th, it could be a week before, a few days after. Okay, mostly leading up. Now it's very positive. On the 29th, Mars in Cancer, on the 29th, Mars in Cancer is going to trine Saturn in Pisces. Okay, and when you have that, then it's very positive. Okay, so Mars in Cancer is going to work for everyone with this at this time. So emotional discipline, constructive action, emotional boundaries and responsibility, manifesting your dreams into reality. Say it for the people in the back. Manifesting your dreams into reality. That is on the 29th. Try it a week before. You're going to be feeling it. Okay. Mars also is going to make you very persistent and patient at the same time. Who doesn't love that? Okay. So that is what we have on the 29th of September. When we move into the 13th of October, yes, Mars will still be in a sign Cancer. It's going to square Chiron. Chiron is the planet of the wounded healer. Okay, so it's going to square Chiron 21 degrees. 21 degrees is a 24, 23, 22, yes, Sagittarius degree. Huge, publishing around the world, could be dealing with something not in this country, higher learning. Yeah, so that it could be affecting this square. Okay, so confronting some emotional wounds, healing through courage. Maybe there's a philosophy and maybe there's some healing there, but maybe it could trigger something, a reaction. There's a challenge here. Navigating conflicts with empathy, opportunities for personal growth anytime you have a square. We're going to learn a lesson. Okay, emotional release and self-care, but this is emotions here, and it's dealing with the self, and it's trying to achieve something, and it's not achieving it the way it wants to achieve. Okay, so you have that. Now on the 24th, let's move it on to the 24th. Now, the 24th is really just a sextile with Mars. Again, sextiles are, you got to put in some work. So Mars in a sign Cancer is going to sextile Uranus in a sign Taurus. So there is some innovative approaches to emotional needs, taking inspired action, embracing change with stability, breaking free from your emotional rut. Okay. Have you been a homebody? Now's the time to get out and break free. Try something different, because this could be representing homebody energy. Okay. Creative problem solving. Okay. Sudden changes in the home or your personal life or with your mom, or from the past. Breaking free from the mom, breaking free from your home. That energy is going to be there. Heightened intuition and impulsiveness too works with that too. Now, on the 26th, a few days later, we have Mars. Now, this is a big one. Mars is going to trine Neptune, okay, in the sign Pisces. So Mars will be trining Neptune, the sign Pisces. Very creative energy. You're very inspired, but then there's action with this creativity and inspiration, emotional and spiritual healing, heightened intuition and sensitivity, acts of compassion and service. Yeah, maybe with your mom, maybe with something from your past, flowing with dreams and aspirations. Very water energy. So sensitivity and emotions and intuition and creativity and inspiration is all big here. Okay. Also, it could be something romantic. Maybe you're meeting this romantic guy, an idealistic energy, gentle assertion and being very diplomatic, dream work and inner exploration. Okay. Very positive. That day, I would say be creative, be inspired. It's going to come to you no matter what. Okay. Now, on the 1st of November, we have Mars at 29 degrees, child. So it's potent. It's a sense of urgency, but at the same time, it's going to be opposing Pluto in Capricorn. Now, this is a big one. Listen, everyone, this is a big one. Now, the trines were big. They were great, positive energy. Now we got something big November 1st. So be aware of that because it's going to come a little bit before, okay? And this is a power struggle. This is a control issue. Someone's trying to tell you what to do. Is it someone from your past? Is it someone from your home? Is it your mother? Is it the father? Maybe the father and the mother are having some problems with conflict because Capricorn can represent father figures or work versus home. Okay, so you have that Pluto in Capricorn represents power, control, transformation within a structure such as career or authority and society norms. So this opposition can manifest as a conflict between your emotional needs, clashing the authority and what they expect out of you, intense emotions and confrontations. What else do we have here? Transformational growth through conflict, but it will be a conflict, releasing emotional patterns. And that could be causing a challenge for you because you don't want to release the emotional patterns. But the powers that be has said you're going to release a child, challenges with authority figures, rebuilding foundations, because that Pluto in a sign Capricorn is some type of foundation. And this is a foundation too, your home. Intense motivation for change, potential for crisis and rebirth. Okay. Are you going to get the psychological transformation that you need? Because that could be happening. Now, November 4th, Mars will enter Leo and we'll have some new problems. Okay. Now, some advice that you can have with Mars entering Cancer is to be very creative, tune into your emotions. I would say dance, 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 dance. Use your, when you're trying to achieve something, try something different. Try to be really creative. It's not in a bold way, that's Leo, but creative with how you feel, okay, with expressing your emotions. Be mindful of passive aggressive tendencies, that is with yourself or others. Protect what matters most. Enjoy your home, channel your energy into your home, fix up your home, or even your domestic matters. Okay, let's say you don't have a home, but something that represents your safety. Go ahead and focus on that. Emotional sensitivity is heightened during this transit, and stress can affect energy levels and well being. It is important to find healthy ways to manage your stress and to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Mars in Cancer could also, the energy levels can fluctuate based on the emotional state because it's very moody. Be prepared for days when you feel highly motivated, like I'm ready to do it, and other days you're like, I don't feel like doing nothing. I'm just going to sit here and binge watch. Okay. Recognize the emotional triggers that may arise more frequently. That's important to stay grounded, 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 grounded. Whenever we're dealing with water energy, we always got to focus on the ground. Okay, because the ground energy, which is earth energy, is going to cause you be around some earth friends. Okay, to be centered and focus. Okay, and not as emotional. Focus on family or ancestral connections. Navigate conflicts with care and compassion. Okay, so yeah, now let's do some tarot. Okay, for the collective. That is what we'll do. We'll do some tarot for the collective and then we'll get into the politics. Okay, so Mars in Cancer. Let's see what Mars in Cancer has to do for with the collective. Okay, we got some backstabbers with the 10 of machetes. Okay, we're gonna feel like you guys are hurting me with your words or with my thoughts. I am being sensitive. Am I? Are you actually hurting me? Let's see what else we have. You need to keep your cards close. Okay, keep things close to you. There is a protection here. This is a time you may not have to do something, but this is a time to research. Okay, so whoever's hurting you, take that energy and just make sure you stay guarded. This is not the time really to open up. I'm like, why does this card look different? It's so funny. I got another tarot deck here. This is just and it sits in the sun. If you can see, this card is lighter than the other one. That's because it's set in the sun, and it is the sun card. Okay. Also achieve things. Don't be afraid to achieve things. However, you want to be creative when achieving things. Cash, they can see you, by the way. Anyway, yeah, but when you're achieving things, maybe you want to research, keep yourself very guarded. Protect yourself from things that could seem harmful. Very much this is a protective energy. Okay, so now let's get into the politics and let's see how this is going to affect our politicians. Okay, we're about to talk about the politicians. Let me get some water first. Let's see how this Mars in Cancer is going to affect Kamala and Donald Trump. Now, I normally do women first. But no. We're going to talk about Mr. Trump first. Okay. I felt like let's do him first. First of all, let me pull up his chart here. Let's see what we got going on with Mr. Trump and his chart. Let me see. Trump, and we will do, here we go. Okay, so we move on into, I just picked a random date. Okay, so let's talk about Trump. First of all, Mars is entering his 12th house. 12th house is what we get. This makes me very, very, very suspicious. Okay, 12th house means endings. Could also mean physical endings. Okay, just let you know. I want you to bring this really clear, okay? Hidden anger, it could be repressed energies, focus on spirituality and a work. That's a positive. Could be about letting go. Maybe he's going to be isolated. Maybe he's going to retreat. How can you do that when you're on a campaign, though? There could be some secretive motives happening here, right? That could be happening. Hidden enemies are things that operate in the background, or people who may not have your best interests at heart are coming for you. Okay. I feel like his is way bigger than Kamala's. I will talk about Kamala's, but it ain't as interesting as Trump's. Okay. Secret actions, hidden motives, covert actions. Okay. Saturn and Neptune is in his 8th house. That's also a mystery over there, too. Also represents endings and death. Okay. Not a good sign for him. Why? Because these are big planets. The moon changes, but we also have the eclipse coming, and that is the ruler of his 12th house. Eclipse also represents the death of leaders. When there's an eclipse, usually that can happen. So let's see how that happens. Pluto is in his house of health as well. This has been an ongoing concern of mine. Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn, and whenever you have Pluto in this house, in 6th house, it's usually like some health issues here. Okay. Yeah, Pluto represents death and rebirth, and a mentor, an elderly person. Okay. Pluto is in the sign Capricorn, and Capricorn is the ruler. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and that is in the 8th house of endings. It's not really endings, but death, rebirth. Okay. Capricorn also is decaying. That is what Capricorn represents. Saturn also represents decaying and death too. Yeah, so be aware of that. And the eclipse happening, the eclipse will be in the sign Pisces, and that's ruling his 8th house. And this could represent power and money that he owes, but we'll get into that eclipse a little bit later. Now, on the 11th, if we talk about the days, okay, and how it affects him, Mars in Cancer. On 11th is positive. It's going to sextile his MC, and it's going to trine Neptune, his Neptune. Okay, that's positive, right? Effective and compassionate leadership. Maybe his career and creative public image will all be very inspiring. Sextile is something he has to do, though. So, okay, realizing his dreams and ideas through practical action, harmonizing personal values and career goals, opportunities for growth through compassion and action. So that's positive. Now, on the 20th, well, first of all, on the 17th, you have that eclipse happening. Now, this can happen some months later. Doesn't have to happen on the same day or some time before. But let's be very aware that this eclipse is in its eighth house. Okay. The eighth house represents power and endings and rebirth and death. Okay. An ending of something could be an ending of his work. Neptune in Pisces represents the end. Okay. As well. All right. Bye. Now, on the 20th of September, Mars is going to conjunct his Neptune. Now, Mercury. Mercury is going to be conjunct this fixed star, 9999. This fixed star is called, I know you can't see it. I hope you can see it. This is a fixed star here, and that's at 9 degrees, and it's called Alhina. Okay, I can't, y'all. The fixed stars be getting me. But it's a fixed star, okay? And it is conjunct at 9 degrees. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to touch it, okay? This is a fixed star, and it's at 9 degrees, and his Mercury in Cancer is also at 9 degrees, okay? So you have this conjunction, and this fixed star is acute sensitivity, creativity, imagination, artistic skills, writing. It could be an injury to the feet, to his feet. It's a positive fixed star, so it's not negative, but there is some type of communication, and he's a communicator, hence why it's sitting so close to his, but achievement, and it's something creative. I'm so curious to see how this plays out for him and what he's going to communicate, and that is going to be on the 20th, because it's conjunct this fixed star that is very positive. So beneficial influence, blending the nature of Mercury and Venus as well. Where's his Venus? Why do I put Venus here? Oh no, Mercury and Venus are in charge of that fixed star. Yeah, but associated with refinement, creativity, artistic skills, communication abilities, and a sense of mission of purpose. So, like, will he expressing and communicating his purpose in life? Okay, but yeah, it's also very good at speech and writing. He's already good at that with this Gemini energy here. That's what he's meant to do in his lifetime. But this is going to be very inspirational, and let's see what happens. Okay, it's like a strong inner sense of calling and a strong sense of like a mission I have to do. So let's see what happens on the 20th. Okay, now it's going to conjunct Mercury, right? So that's eloquent and persuasive communication, strong sense of mission in communication. He could be overly sensitive or a tendency to take things personal, and with Mars in conjunction with this fixed star, he can have a creative expression with emotional depth because you're dealing with Cancer, protective instincts in communication, potential for injuries and accidents, though, especially with the feet. Let's see if that happens if he's limping. Okay. Together, though, they are purpose driven action with words, need for emotional balance, heightened subconscious activity, unresolved issues of the past. Maybe there's some hidden fears. There could be some repressed anger. There could be some inner conflict, potential for secrets or hidden agendas to be revealed. However, it's connected to this fixed star, which is positive. So I think it's going to be a positive conjunctions. Conjunctions usually are good and bad, but because we have this fixed star element, I'm thinking is bad, but I'll say some more negative things are both introspection and inner healing, challenges with communication and expression, energetic focus on private or behind the scenes work because we are still in that 12th house. Okay. Heightened intuition or psychic sensitivity because of that 12th house and because we're dealing with some Cancer energy, risk of sabotage, self-sabotage and unconscious actions, opportunities for spiritual or charitable actions. Okay. So that is what we have that day. That one's a big one. Be ready for that. Now, October 5th is when we have the next doozy, and it's positive, right? Mars is going to trine his Jupiter here at 17 degrees. That's very confident and persuasive communication, harmonious social interaction, very, very positive networking, big expansion of something, expansion in what he's trying to achieve, increased motivation, enthusiasm, and maybe in his community or within the group, right? Or something secretive. Now, the Mars in the 12th house, we may not see any of this, you guys. I just want you to be aware. Or there is an ending of something. So that we will see. Because something, if it ends, I would think we would have to see it. But it could be something successful, something that's very optimistic. This also could be dealing with legal things or higher education or negotiation matters too. But we may not be able to see it because we're dealing with the 12th house. Now, on the 17th of October for Mr. Trump, Mars is going to conjunct his Saturn. Now, again, this is 12th house. We may not see this conjunction. Okay. Now, this is also for with a fixed star, and it's called Pollux. I think we discussed this before. Well, I have, right? Contemplation, speculation. It could be representing astrology. Something is ruined, disgrace. This also represents death. Okay. Now, again, I keep seeing endings with him. We're in the 12th house of endings, the 12th house of death. Now, this is 23 degrees on this fixed star. The fixed star means it's taking over this energy, it's taking over this energy, it's taking over Mars, it's taking over Saturn. 23 degrees. 22 degrees is dealing with this group here. Makes me think that his party could be ending him. This is my personal opinion. Okay. I don't think his political party likes him. Just throwing that out there. Maybe they think he's a wild card. I don't know. The emotional, the immortal twin, the heartless judge. This is a very unfortunate fixed star. He had a fixed star conjunction here, which he still does, with this algol, and this is why he got shot with this in his house while he was giving a speech and on stage. Yeah, but this is representing courage, strength, determination, aggressiveness, of success through struggling, dealing with conflicts. It carries qualities similar to the planet Mars, and it's conjunct Mars. Okay, so there is a fiery, assertive, and sometimes confrontational influence. And maybe we won't see this confrontation, but he's confronting a big man. He's confronting the system. Okay, the secret system that could be happening. This fixed star is known for being brave. It's known for being bestowing courage and ability to face challenges head on, determination, physical strength, assertive action, strong, resilient, capable of overcoming obstacles. Now, the downside is that this aggression can cause some violence, certain conflicts, sometimes tendency towards cruelty and ruthlessness, and which can cause an ending. So I'm wondering if he's going to confront the authority, and they're like, "No, we ain't got time for you." Boop. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm telling you what this meaning is. Avoid destructive outcomes is what the advice is, but not Mr. Leo rising and Pluto in that first house. It ain't happening. Anyway, but I just want you to know that this Mars in Cancer conjunct this fixed star Pollux, Pollux, could represent an ending. And I've already discussed so many signs of this ending, this Pluto in the sixth house, these planets in this eighth house of endings. I just, I wouldn't want this. Okay. I'm just telling you. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so it's conjunct Saturn in Cancer, right? So emotional resilience. If we're not going to say it's the ending, maybe the good side is that it could be some resilience here, or maybe there's some harsh realities of some emotional security, challenges with emotional expression. But maybe he'll be a fierce protector. Maybe there's potential for emotional conflicts and we may not see it. Maybe it's going to end an emotional conflict. Courage in emotional battles, determined, endurance. Let me see what else we have. Potential for internal conflict or frustration, channeling energies into constructive outlets, learning through struggle and hard work. Now, it's also going to be conjunct his Venus. That is not in this fixed star, just so you know. His Venus, though, is conjunct a fixed star, which is Procyon, Procyon. His Venus in his natal chart. Okay, so regardless of the Mars in Cancer, him alone with the Venus, his Venus represents like a cult or politics, And people wanted him to be a politician, believe it or not. If you are against it, a lot of people love him being a politician, and that's because his Venus is conjunct this fixed star, and his fixed star is taking over this. But it also represents sudden success, then disaster. Also represents occult or dissipation, like an ending of something. It's not necessarily a positive one. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, when Mars is conjunct this Venus outside of the fixed star, there is confrontation, hidden fears, limitation, discipline, and hard work behind the scenes, secret or hidden relationships and desires, intensified focus on spiritual and healing practices, managing frustrations and emotional isolations, opportunity for maybe emotional or psychological breakthroughs, potential for ending cycle or phases. Again, potential for ending cycles or an ending phase. This could be an end of something, because when Mars enters Leo, he is starting a new way of achieving things, a new year. So there could just be an ending of a cycle, not necessarily him. But I just want to be aware of that. This Venus is also what we naturally attract, our support, and there could be some support with this aggression that could be happening too. Okay, so on the 17th, what else? Mars is going to quincunx the moon. Let me see. On the 17th here, Mars is going to quincunx his moon in Sagittarius. No. Why do I have that? This is the opposition here. Oh yeah, it is quincunxing. Okay, so when he quincunxes his moon in Sagittarius, a quincunx means that there's some type of uncomfortable energy here. Something is it makes you feel uncomfortable. It's something quite right. It could be awkward. Inner emotions and outward expressions. There's tensions, inner frustrations and emotional restlessness. Challenges between balancing emotional security with that Mars in Cancer versus the freedom. Sagittarius wants his freedom and wants to be out and a very adventurous. I wonder if he's very optimistic too with that Mars. I mean that moon in Sagittarius. There could be some subconscious drives influencing his emotional reactions, need for adjustment in emotional and spiritual practices, navigating hidden emotional triggers and impulsive actions. Okay. Yeah. But there's something off there and he's not quite comfortable. Now let me pull a card. Why it won't it let me click this? Okay, let me pull a card for Mr. Trump here. Okay. But that is what we have for Mr. Trump with Mars in Cancer. Everyone, let's see how this ends. Full. Okay, he's starting a new journey. Starting a new journey. He needs to expect the unexpected. Mars will be entering Leo. He needs to pack light. I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to pull the card at the bottom. Okay, so there is a new journey with conflict here. Okay, this is competition and conflict, change and conflict, with very fiery energy, very competitive kind of energy, and that is what we have with the Five of Brooms, and then we have the Fool card, which is starting a new journey. Okay, didn't say ending; it just said new journey. Okay. So it makes me think that there's going to be an end of something, but starting new. Okay. So now let's talk about Miss Kamala. Let me drink my water. Now, Miss Kamala Harris, her Mars, let's get into it, shall we? Let me fix her chart by Donald. On to the next. Kamala. Let's see what she has here. Okay. Kamala, Mars is entering her second house. Okay. And I'm sorry I have all these fixed stars. I just want to show you where they are, and I need to look at them too. But Mars is entering her second house here. Okay. Mars in Cancer. And we'll scooch it back. But Mars entering her second house, what does that mean? She's going to be about the money, money, money. Okay. She's going to be focused on her resources and money, focused on financial strategies, maybe some fundraising efforts, a potential for financial conflicts and controversies, reevaluating her campaign values and the priorities of her campaign, increased emphasis on economic policies and security, potential for aggression with spending, aggressive spending, and financial risk defending against financial criticism or attacks, energetic drive towards financial support. Maybe a lot of finances will be coming her way. She's going to be achieving it. And we're not talking about Venus. Assertive messaging about economic reforms, drive for personal wealth, transparency, especially if there are questions or doubts raised in the public or by the media, navigating a balance between cautious and bold moves. Now, this Mars in Cancer, remember I told you it's about abortions as well. So maybe a focus on that and getting more money with that. Let's see how that goes. Now, far as aspects, right? Mars in Cancer is going to sextile her IC in a sign Virgo once Mars moves in Cancer. Works well with her working for America, her roots and her past. This works well for her if she uses that energy. Now it's going to trine her Mercury. That's positive, right? And once it enters Cancer, thinking and communication and getting what she wants emotionally will work out for her, and her effort is very positive. Okay. On the 27th, though, we also have a positive, not of though. On the 27th, also, Mars is going to sextile her Uranus. That is positive. It's going to sextile her Pluto, her Venus. Uranus means that she's going to probably try to do something different, be very flexible. Communication is going to be big, or maybe social media is going to really help her regarding. Now, this is sextile, so she has to work on it, or maybe her being a female, that's going to work with her. Now, Mars in Cancer is going to conjunct, when it's at that 13 degree, the fixed sign cannabis. And cannabis is about journeys and creativity, scandal, violence, great glory, fame, wealth, changes evil to good. It's a positive fixed star, and it is cannabis right here. Positive fixed star. So it's conjunct her. No, okay. It's going to conjunct her Pluto. Yeah, it's going to conjunct Pluto because that's 15 degrees. So when this sucker moves to 15 degrees here, you see Canopus is 15 degrees with Pluto, 15 degrees. So keywords here is leadership, guidance, wisdom, success, navigation, travel, influence, strategic thinking. Yeah, so there's something with leadership and her wisdom and the ability to guide others is going to bring success. Could be involving some long journey, maybe the journey she's been on. Or navigating some complex situation. Let me see. People with this energy are very wise, and they're strategic leaders and capable of making difficult decisions and guiding others to success. Positive. Now, Pluto does represent a rebirth. And remember when we talked about Mr. Trump over here with that eighth house energy. But this is going to be very positive for her. Expect the unexpected, and then she'll get support. Maybe this rebirth, we'll call it a rebirth, happens when she's trying to achieve stuff in her home of America, and she needs to expect the unexpected. It came out of the blue for her, and then she's getting support. Now, her open enemies, which is who she's running against, Trump, is Sagittarius. Sagittarius ruler is Saturn. No, it is Jupiter. And when you have Sagittarius, I am hungry. When I looked up just now, I was like, Danielle, it is 1:30. You need to eat. Let me move fast. Okay. Okay. Let me just say that Sagittarius is the ruling energy for her open enemies, right? And if we look at Sagittarius, it is Jupiter, and Jupiter is in that first house, talking a lot, really affecting her personality. Is she her own enemy? I wonder. Not even Trump. He's not even her enemy. But affecting her image and how she comes across people. Anyway, yeah. But when it sextiles Pluto, she will be very driven. Empowered actions, strategic drive, a lot of support, a lot of action. October 3rd, and then it's very positive. Another positive is that Cancer is going to trine her Neptune. So when it trines her Neptune, a lot of inspired and compassionate action. Maybe she's more creative, very intuitive energy, heightened sensitivity, ability to navigate complex situations with grace. Okay. And on the 19th, she's got a lot of positive with this Mars in Cancer. Okay. On the 19th, here, Mars in Cancer will sextile her Jupiter. Again, this is something she has to work. So Mars will be sextiling her Jupiter here in that 12th house. We may not see this, but could be money coming her way, and it could be coming from an occult or a secret, something secretive. But we may not see it, but something with finances and what she values is coming her way. Now, this one is when it gets bad. On the 26th of October, Mars in Cancer will square her Sun in Aries. So here we go, right? And okay, so this could be some conflicts with some allies or some groups, or challenges with balancing assertiveness and being very diplomatic. Or maybe there could be an issue with her VP, financial stress, impacting emotional well-being, creative tension, also the internet, social media, maybe the campaign strategy or the messaging is not working, a risk of overreacting or acting compulsively. Her personal values and public perception could be a big issue here, and that's towards the end of October. Get ready for that. Also, the end of October, so everything works great until the October ends. Okay, towards the end of October, this will be quincunx Saturn. Okay, and tension between financial strategy and her ideology and her philosophies and commitments. There's struggles and balancing practicality with innovation, a need for realignment with her values and her beliefs. Yeah, like what her campaign stands for. Is there some tension here? Something that's not making her feel comfortable, learning from differences, such as her being a woman or her being different, or yeah, building a stronger foundation. What else do we have? Oh, maybe conflicting advice from experts could be happening here too, because ninth house does represent experts. Let me pull some astrology for her, for Miss Kamala, and then I have to hurry up and do the horoscopes. But let me pull a card for Kamala. A lot of movement, a lot of progression. This is positive for her. And lastly, the high priestess, she needs to use her intuition. She needs to use her emotional healing. Okay. Not emotional healing. She needs to use her emotional wisdom. But there's a lot of progression, and something psychologically needs to happen with her. I feel like, not psychologically, intuitively. She needs to use her intuitions. But this is someone who's spiritual wisdom. She had a lot of positive aspects. Let me see if Neptune is involved. The moon is, yeah. Oh yeah, Cancer will also trine her Neptune. Yeah, the moon. There's something there though with this moon, because that card does have a moon in it. Oh, where is it? Oh, this one doesn't show, but the high priestess normally has a moon in it. Yeah, but there's movement and progression, and maybe she's going to get better. I just don't have hopes for her, far as her with her intuition. I feel like she's very calculated and very serious. Not that she's very funny and very lighthearted in interviews, but I think she has a goal and she's very serious in achieving her goal, and there's just no budging from that. So yeah, so she wants to come off not problematic. And I think that has a lot to do with her Sun being a Libra, and her not really speaking what she really thinks with that Mercury in the sign Scorpio. Anyway, but yeah, I am just hungry. So it's hard for me to really pull out the intuition for the cards, but I just want to say I think that there's a lot of options that she has, and she's more blinded by the material of what she wants to achieve, her higher goal. There is that, and she's not tapping into her intuition and being deep in the spiritual being of things. Okay. Yes. But anyway, but overall, Mars in Cancer is very positive for her. She towards the end of October is going to look a little shady. Okay, that is what we have. So now we are going to do your horoscopes in tarot. Now I have to do this fast because now I have to pick up my daughter. So you guys, do what the banner says. Okay, look at all your placements, and we're going to start with Aries. Aries, Mars is going to enter your fourth house in the sign Cancer. This is home and family. So you're going to be focused on that. You're going to be maybe more protective of your home or your family, home improvements, family dynamics, real estate matters could be coming to the forefront. Advice: use this energy to constructively be focused on creating a more harmonious home life. Trust your instincts when it comes to family, your mom. Okay, and let me pull a card for you. You're on stage, everyone's praising you. You're going to be praised while Mars is in Cancer. People are going to be loving you, especially your family and your home life. Okay, or where you feel safe. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus. Mars in Cancer is going to move in your third house of communication, community, and your siblings. Surge of energy for communication, learning, interaction with siblings or your neighbors. You might find yourself speaking more passionately or becoming more involved in local communicating community matters. Focus on clear and direct communication while remaining open to other people's perspectives. Okay, channel this energy into writing, public speaking, maybe a little creating a podcast, okay, or researching something for it. Okay, now we have for you the Page of Brooms. You're going to get a message. Okay, Mars is going to send you a message, or maybe you are beginning to start something that you're very passionate about. Okay, do both. Be open to the message that you're going to receive regarding this fire energy, this being productive and achieving things, and also start something new. You're beginning to start something that gives you tangible results. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay. My thing is not moving fast enough for how I want to. Geminis, Mars is going to move in your second house of finances and values. Now, we talked about this with Kamala, if you saw that, but with Mars in Cancer, it will be lighting up your second house of money, personal values. You may be driven to improve your financial situation or assert yourself in matters related to resources. This transit could boost your income, or maybe there could be some issues with income, but there's definitely going to be something with finances leading to impulsive spending. Could be happening. Be mindful of your spending habits. Be aware of your financial security. It's a good time to initiate new ways to earn money, like a side hustle or an investment. Reflect on your values and how they align with your current financial being. Now, this is the star card. This is about having hope and faith, okay, and your hopes and dreams in the future. Very big deal. This is going to be a big deal for you guys. Focus on it. I will see you next time. Bye. Cancer, this is going to be in your first house. Welcome. This is your identity. This is your personal initiatives. Mars entering the first house can bring a surge of energy, confidence, assertiveness in your personal life. Are you changing your looks? Maybe that would be happening. You might be more competitive or even more confrontational. Use this dynamic energy to start new projects, assert your needs, and stand up for yourself. Trust in your ability to lead and take charge in your life. Your instincts are strong. Now, we have the 7 machetes. This is someone who is stealing and lying and being deceptive. That Mars in Cancer, you need to use your intuition when that happens towards you. Okay. I will see you next time. Bye. Leo, this is happening in your 12th house, the subconscious house, the spirituality house, hidden desires, motives, or subconscious patterns to the surface. This can be a time for introspection, healing, letting go what no longer serves you. There is a closure happening here. Focus on your inner healing and your spiritual growth. This is an excellent time to retreat, to meditate, and engage in therapy to address any unresolved issues. Pay attention to your dreams and your intuition. They hold powerful message while you have this, especially with the Chariot. The Chariot is the ruler of Cancer. The Cancer is all about the dreams, okay? And your feelings and your intuition and being creative, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Virgos, happening in your 11th house. This is about your friendships and your goals. Dynamic focus on your social life, long-term goals. You may feel more motivated to pursue your dreams or taking a lead role in a group activity. Conflicts with this friend group or within a group could be happening as well. Handle that with care. Be proactive in pursuing your aspirations, but remain flexible in your group settings. This is a powerful time to take bold steps towards your future goals. Align yourself. This is something from your past too. With like-minded people. Be aware of the people from your past. They are probably good or bad, but it's something from your past, or maybe you're repeating something from your past. Be aware of that. All right. I will see you next time. Okay, Libras. I'm trying to change it to Libra. Did it change to Libra? Show. There we go. Libras. This Mars in Cancer is happening in your 10th house. It's about career and public image. Okay. The urge to take charge of your life professionally. You're more ambitious. You have a drive to be more competitive at work, or more motivated to push forward your career plans. Be prepared for potential conflicts with authority figures. Focus on career advancement and leadership opportunities. Be more mindful of stepping on others' toes. This is a great time to assert yourself, though, especially when it comes to your professional goals. Trust your instincts regarding your career matters. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is a time to collaborate. Work with someone, especially someone who is young. Okay, learn from them. I will see you next time. Bye. But also collaborate. Scorpios, this is in your 9th house of travel and higher learning. Maybe you have a desire to travel. There's adventure, explorations, expanding your horizons, higher education, engage in philosophical or spiritual pursuits. Are you having some legal matters? This could be something related to that. Embrace opportunities to learn and grow, but remain open-minded and avoid becoming over dogmatic. Your desire for knowledge and exploration is strong, so use it. Walk away from what no longer serves you. It's that simple. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius. Mars in Cancer is entering your 8th house of transformation and shared resources. Mars entering the 8th house brings intense focus on transformation, shared resources, and deep emotional connections. Maybe you are going to seek a therapist to achieve some things you need to achieve. You may feel strong urge to dig deep, confront your fears, address issues related to intimacy, debt, or joint finances. Use this urge, this energy to have transformative healing and clearing out what no longer serves you, which I just pulled that card up for the Scorpio. So if you have a moon in Scorpio, or a sun in Scorpio, or a rising in Scorpio, this is definitely walking away from what no longer serves you. But there's some emotional triggers here. Be aware of that when you are being impulsive or driven. This is a powerful time for psychological and emotional growth. This is time to do the self-help books too. Practice harmony, practice balance, no matter what you do. Okay. And also there's justice and fair. Justice will be served for you. Okay. I will see you next time. Bye. Capricorns, this is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So Mars is entering Cancer, and there is a focus on some type of partnership. This could be a passionate or just a partnership for as like business, but also a potential for conflicts or power struggles. Could run high with any type of partner or someone you have to work with, or a love relationship. Work on assertive communication and conflict resolution within partnerships. Use this transit to strengthen your bonds and address relationship dynamics head on. You are going somewhere for real, and you can see from a higher ground. So act like it. Okay, Capricorns, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius. Mars is present in your 6th house, work and health. Did it show Aquarius? Yes. Brings a surge of energy for your daily routines. This calls to be dealing with pets, your work environment, and health matters. You may feel more driven to tackle tasks, improve efficiency, or focus on your health and fitness goals. Be mindful of potential conflicts with coworkers or being burned out from overworking. Focus on being productive in organizing your daily routines and setting healthy goals. But be aware of stress or conflicts in a workplace affecting your well-being. Your motivation to improve your daily life is strong now, so use that energy to create healthier habits and work environments. And we have the 9 of Brooms. So you need to persevere and stay strong. Do not give up no matter what. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces. Why is it not showing? Pisces, Mars is entering your 5th house of creativity and romance. You may feel more passionate and bold in your artistic endeavors, or maybe there's a new love interest. Okay. This is a time to take risk and assert yourself in matters of the heart, but to be mindful and being impulsive. Okay. Self-expression, focus on creativity and romance. Embrace your creative side and pursue activities that bring you joy. Be aware of the potential for drama, okay, because that placement is very dramatic, especially in romantic relationships. Approach conflict with playful yet sincere attitude. Spend more time with your children. Be aware of conflict with your children as well. This is a powerful time to shine and express yourself authentically. Your confidence and charisma are heightened, making it an excellent period for romance, creative projects, and having some fun with your children. Very positive. This is going to work for you, Pisces. This is blissfulness and happiness in relationships with family, children, and loved ones. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching and staying and watching the whole thing. And I will see you guys. I don't know if tomorrow, but definitely the next video will either be Mercury station Virgo or the eclipse. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.